Hello, YouTubers. This is Seraphim74 coming at you with another video. This is a video kind of sort of response. And the question is, or the topic will be, does God exist? In short, the answer is yes. God does exist. He is evident in any and everything that we do, say, wherever we are. He is present in it. He has made himself manifest and known in various ways. I'm pretty sure if most people were to look within their own life, they can see that somewhere down the line, God has entered in and he has helped them out and he has healed them from various things. You might not want to give credit to him or give glory to him, but it is the evidence that has been proven to you and to various others that he does exist. It's a matter of how you interpret it and how you want to, or who you want to give credit to. Me, myself, I give credit to God for those things that have happened, no matter what they are, good or bad. You know, God gets the glory. As Job said, Lord gives, the Lord take away, but blessed be the name of the Lord. So in everything that happens, you give him the glory. I know that a lot of people who are atheists do not like the use of scriptures in order to prove that God exists or the Bible. They want to consider that circular reasoning, to use the Bible to prove that God exists and so forth. I don't know what else you would want people to say, because if you don't really accept the Bible, will you accept anything else? Because you already have your own views as to why certain things are as they are. But for me, yes, God does exist. How do I know God exists? As many people have said, sitting back and just thinking about the universe, the beauty of it, the things that are out there, the stars, the planets, our planet, the sun, the moon, life here on Earth, just the beauty of certain things, the mountains, the canyons, all those things like that. It's just really awe-inspiring. Human life itself is awe-inspiring. The things that people go through day to day, just seeing people walking around, doing their own thing in their daily lives, kind of lets you see how small you are in the grand scheme of things. How small you are in the grand scheme of things. Sorry about that. But yes, God does exist. He does. He completely exists. Another thing that I would like to say as reason as to know that God exists, and that I, you, we, the human race, all life was created by him. Humans in particular, is because of our reasoning. I'm going to start off with reading something here real quick. It's called I'm reading this book called 5,000 Year Leap. It says 28 great ideas that changed the world. It deals with the founding fathers of the United States and when they were putting together the Constitution. Some of the things that they used as a way to inspire them or to give them a base, a foundation on what to build on for the United States, for the Constitution, for every person that is going to be here at that time and in the future. One of the things that in the book that they quote from is from a man named, I think it's Sergio. I hope I pronounced that right. And he was I think, a Greek philosopher, a lawyer in Rome. And one of the things that he wrote was, it says, the animal which we call man, endowed with foresight and quick intelligence, complex, keen, possessing memory, full of reason and prudence, has been given a certain distinguished status by the supreme God who created him. For he is the only one among so many different kinds and varieties of living beings who has a share in reason and thought, while all the rest are deprived of it. But what is more divine, I will not say in man only, but in all heaven and earth, than reason. And reason, when it is full grown and perfected, is rightly called wisdom. Therefore, since there is nothing better than reason, and since it exists both in man and God, the first common possession of man and God is reason. And that's something that speaks a lot, because this is way, way, way back then. I forget when was it that he wrote. It says he lived from 106 to 143 BC. And this is what he wrote as far as what he knows to be true. That the reason, or that the fact that man has reason, has thought, far surpassing any creature on the earth, on the face of the earth, lets him know that we have been created, because in all things, God is the only other source that expresses reason. Now, I know a lot of people would say, well, how do you know it's the Judeo-Christian God? Well, let's just say God in general. And that's another point to say why I believe God exists and why I know God exists, is that throughout history, no matter what or who they were or what group of people, they've all believed in a God, in a creator, that they didn't just come here from out of nothing, that they were created for a purpose, for a reason. Now, yes, they all had different purposes. They all had different reason. But the whole common thing that they had in all was that they were created, that they had purpose here on this world, on this earth, and that they owed that creator something. That they knew that, as I like to say it, that blood was an acceptable means of repentance. Yes, some of them went about it the wrong way in, sacrificing children or doing other things or other people, but they knew that it was blood that needed to be spilled in order to cover the multitude of sins for each and every individual. No matter what group of people you talk about, no matter where they were in the world at the time, we know the common things that they had was that there was a God, they were created, they did not come from just abstract sludge or end up morphing from another creature into what they were at that time, and that blood was an acceptable means of atonement. Now, and like I said, some of them, they did it I would say the wrong way in sacrificing children or other human beings, in that sense that they would kill them, some of them against their will, in order to make this atonement. But it's one of the two common things that they've all had together. So even in that, even if you were to say, well, what about this person and their God? What about Zeus and all this? The common thing is that they all believe that there was a God. They believe that there was a God and that God created them. Whether it was many gods that did it, one God that did it, they all had that one common thing, and they all believed that blood sacrifice was an acceptable thing unto their God or God in general. So with that, yes, I would say that the fact that we do have human thought, reasoning, that separates us from every creature, because there is no creature on this planet that can think and reason like we do. For us to say that we evolved into that state, to me, is pure fantasy, and that's my belief. Because to evolve with a mind as deep as ours and able to think so far beyond ourselves, and yet not see that in any other creature who, as evolution would have it, had the potential and the ability to do the same thing, speaks volumes for me. And I know it speaks volumes for other people. So I'm going to end that one right here. I'm going to come back with another part. But yes, God is real. God does exist.